Hey Kettle Club, I am your coach Madeline, and today we're going through some of my absolute favorite exercises in our workout, which will end up being about 15 to 20 minutes. We'll see how long it ends up taking us. We're starting and ending with some swings, and in between the two, we have 3 different rounds of windmills, presses, and some of my favorite lunges. It's a lunge lift and then burning out with a full stationary lunge. You only need a single medium kettlebell for this workout. I honestly might be regretting the weight that I have right now. This is a 12 kilo, but let me tell you, we're gonna make it feel heavy. So our first set, again, I said we were doing swings to start, but it's not just any old swing. We're gonna be going from a kickstand position. And during this kickstand swing, I want you to think of kind of rotating into the hip of the leg where the foot is fully planted. So if my right foot is kickstanded, I'm kind of rotating into my left hip, right arm is swinging back and up. All right, let's go ahead and start with just 3 reps on the left, park the bell, and then 3 reps on the right. So I'm gonna plant my right foot, kickstand my left, and left hand is going to be on the bell. Let's go ahead and do it. Swing back and up. 3, 2, 1, park your bell. Switch your feet, right hand on. 3, 2, 1. All right, as you're going back and forth again, just kind of start playing with that rotation. If it does not feel comfortable yet, do not worry. You've got plenty of time to practice this for the rest of your life. We're now gonna go 2 per side and then 1 per side. So let's go back to left hand on the bell, right foot planted. 2, park it. Switch your feet, right hand on. 2, and now 1 per side. And I know this feels clunky, but don't worry, we're gonna smooth it out in a second. 1 rep. Switch your feet, switch your hand. 1 rep, and rest. Now we're gonna do all of that again, but we're gonna have a switch swing to switch sides. So we're gonna have the 3 to the right, to the 3 to the left, and then 2 on the right, 2 on the left, 1 on the right, 1 on the left, with that switch swing in between. This switch swing obviously brings some more choreography into it. If you want to practice this first round with both feet just planted, feel free. I'm actually just going to go ahead and do that with you, and then we can thread in the kickstand as we feel more comfortable with our hand choreography. Let's go right hand on the bell to start. 3 swings. Switch swing. 3 swings. Switch swing. Now we got 2 swings. Switch swing. 2 swings. Switch swing. 1 swing. Switch. 1 swing. Switch. And park your bell. Okay. Now that we've got the hands down, let's add back in the feet. Now what's interesting is during that switch swing, you're gonna have to switch your feet midair, okay? So as the bell comes up to the apex, that's your chance to switch the feet that are kickstanded for the swing, okay? So again, if right hand is on the bell, right foot is propped up. As I swing up to do my switch, I'm gonna plant my right foot and hike up my left as I come down into the swing. So let's go ahead and practice this again. No worries if you don't get it perfect. We're gonna do all of this again at the end of the workout. So let's go right hand on the bell, right heel is lifted. 3 rotational kickstand swings. And switch, left side. And switch. 2 kickstand, and switch, 2 kickstand, and switch, 1 kickstand, switch, 1 kickstand, switch, and park your bell. What I love about it is it gives me something else to focus on besides the fact that I'm sucking in air and trying to make it through all of these swings, which I think we're at a grand total of like 15 total for each, something like that, every round. So it is a lot of swings, it's cardio intensive, but it's kind of nice to distract your brain and make it focus on the choreography of it all versus just the pure cardiovascular nature of it. So next, we're gonna go into the meat and potatoes of the workout, which is that windmill and press and then a lunge lift. For the windmill and strict press, you can do them from either a standing position or a half kneeling position. I think what I'm gonna do is show you the half kneeling position for the first round and then standing windmill for the second, and then we'll see wild card for the third. I'm gonna actually start a timer for this first round, because what we're gonna be doing is 45 seconds on one side, 15-second transition, 45 seconds on the other, transition, and then we'll go to our lunge lifts, both right and left side as well. So again, it'll be 3 total rounds through for a total of 12 minutes, okay? I'm telling you, this is gonna be a quick, not easy workout, but quick workout, in and out in under 20 minutes. All right, let's start on the floor. If we're gonna be doing right hand on the bell, your right foot's gonna be forward for your windmill. I'm gonna have you spin the back leg out, so both hips are kind of open. And let's go right hand on the bell, clean it up to the rack position. I guess I should start my timer. Here we go. There we go. Clean it up to the right rack position. Strict press and windmill. No particular number of reps, just go nice and slow, hitting all of your checkpoints, pausing where you can. No need to rush, the time's gonna pass by anyway. Resting in 3 seconds. All right, bring your bell down. So we're gonna switch legs, shake it out for a second. Not tons of time to catch your breath, because we're starting in 5 seconds. So let's go ahead, left hand on the bell. Clean it up to the rack. Strict press and windmill. Ten seconds. All right, bring your bell down. So we're gonna switch legs again. Right foot in front, left knee down. Kettlebell's gonna be directly in front of that back knee. Left hand on the bell. All you're gonna do is squeeze your left butt cheek and barely lift off the ground, and then come back down. We're doing 5 lifts. After that 5th lift, all the way up for a stationary lunge, all the way up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out, okay? It's a little shorter than 45 seconds, but that's totally fine. We have got 20 seconds till our next side. And honestly, you're gonna need it. This one's very intensive on the legs. All right, 10 seconds. So put that kettlebell in front of the right knee. Left foot is forward. Keep your hips extended the whole time. Squeeze that right glute. Here we go. 5 lifts. And then 5 full stationary lunges. And shake it out. All right, so we're going back to the windmill and press. I'm gonna do it standing this time. You feel free to do whatever feels comfortable for you. If you've been doing a lot of standing windmills lately, good opportunity to try a half kneeling one. Okay, our rest is technically beginning now. So in 15 seconds, we'll get started. I'm gonna be back on my right hand for this one. So go ahead and clean the bell up. And let's go ahead and start. Strict press, windmill. Strict press, windmill. Now you can either spin your feet to the side like I just did, or you can slide, excuse me, or you can slide your right foot back and go into your windmill that way. Honestly, I've been loving that lately. I don't know what it is about it. Just feels very nice. You know, what's not feeling nice is this 12-kilo bell. It is starting to get heavy. All right, that rest came at the perfect time. So shake it out, and let's clean it up on the left side. All right, strict press, windmill. Let's do it. Don't make your stance too long on the windmill. See, I barely moved that foot back. That's so that I can push my hip back even further than my foot is, so that the kettlebell ends up in my midline, in my center, versus way out in front of me. Oops, I forgot my strict press. Here we go. Final rep. And rest. Okay. Now, if you have kneecaps that hate kneeling on the ground like this for our lunge lift, just put a little pad under there. You could go into a long lever lunge instead, but if you can, try to get that back knee bent. This is really, really amazing for the health of your quad, of your TFL. Let's go ahead and start this set. 5 lifts. And 5 stationary lunges. I have this other arm out as a counterbalance, especially if this kettlebell you're holding is pretty heavy. You're gonna need it, because it's gonna pull you over. All right, put your bell down, little rest, and we'll switch sides. All right. P.S. The shorter the stance, the better. I want knee and foot stacked, back, hip, and knee stacked, okay? Not out like this. Here we go. Lunge lift for 5. And stationary lunge for 5. And rest. Okay, y'all, we have it one more time. I'm gonna do the standing windmill, just because I feel like it. You guys do whatever you want. And then we'll have those stationary lunges one more time. I don't know if you can feel it yet, but it definitely burns the quads. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go from the side so you can see my windmill. Strict press, slide my foot back, windmill. I started a little early, but that's okay. Let's keep going. Try to get 5 or 6 reps. All right, final rep. Make it count. And rest. Awesome. Okay, shake it out. Left side coming up. Go ahead and clean the bell up into your left rack position. Strict press. Here we go.
Windmill press left.
Final rep. And rest. All right. Lunge is coming up. Woo. Small but mighty workout, let me tell you. All right, we're gonna go right foot in front, left knee down, right in front of the kettlebell. Get your chest open. Go ahead and lift it up, and here we go. 5 lifts. I want you to think of squeezing that left glute, finding tension throughout your entire front of your leg, through your hip, which is your TFL, all the way down your quad. And then keep kind of leaning back like this as we go all the way up and down. That back leg is doing all the driving here. Right is long for the ride, but back leg is doing the tough work. And rest. Woo. Okay, other side coming up. Right knee down, left foot in front. Think the shorter the stance, the sweeter. Here we go, let's do it. Get your footing and lift. Oh, it's burning. Here we go. 5 stationary, all the way up, all the way down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Y'all, we're almost done. So we're done with what I called the meat and potatoes of this workout. So our lunges, our windmills, our presses, they're in the past. We're just gonna do one final round of our kickstand rotational swings with that switch swing between. So 3 on the rotational swing, switch swing and foot switch, 3 on the left, et cetera, et cetera. All right, let's get right into it. Left foot planted, right foot kickstanded, right hand on the bell, rotating into that left hip. Every swing, here we go. Let's find the glute. 3, 2, 1, switch swing, switch feet. 3, 2, 1, switch swing, switch feet. 2, 1, switch swing, switch feet. 2, 1, oops, switch swing, switch feet. Single rotational, switch, single rotational, switch. And we are done. Y'all, good job. We are gonna finish with a short lever wave unload, supine twist, and we'll be out of here. Move your bell away to clear some floor space. Meet me on the floor in tabletop, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and let's walk your hands forward. Sit your hips back into child's pose, stretching through your lats. Now you're gonna tuck your pelvis and roll up your spine forward to cat position. Then keep shifting your weight forward into your hands. Hips will start to go toward the ground. Open your chest and gaze up, pulling your shoulders down and away from your ears. Now tuck your chin and roll down your spine 1 vertebrae at a time, pressing away from the floor, rounding through your upper back, getting into the middle, starting to feel the lower back rounding, and shift your weight back into that child's pose again. Let's go 2 more at your own pace. Pause any place that you feel sticky. Last one. All right, after your final one, meet me on your back. We're gonna hug your right knee into your chest. Some deep breaths out, help recover your heart rate. Let's go right arm out to the side, squeezing that shoulder down into the floor. And then with your breath out, pull your knee across your body. Making your way closer and closer to the floor. If you can't reach it, that's okay. With every breath out, sinking into this stretch a little deeper. Should be pretty intense through your QL, which is your lower back, through your glute. The priority is keeping your shoulder on the floor. So if you feel your shoulder lifting, just bring this knee up off of the ground a little bit and use your hand to kind of pull that knee down to the floor so you can get a deeper stretch. All right, come back to the center. Left knee in your chest. Left arm out to the side, and your right hand will pull across. Breathing out, relaxing into this stretch. Again, if you can't make it to the floor, that's totally fine. Priority is feeling that stretch through the lower back, feeling it through your glute, and keeping that chest open and your shoulder on the floor. All right, y'all, we are done. Thank you so much for joining me. I will post this in our on-demand library, so you have access to it anytime you want. And these workouts, they will be up once a week. A new kettle club workout, new strength workout, new define. Just really quickly, for those of y'all who are unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, kettle club is what we did today. It is gonna be all kettlebell workouts, usually a medium kettlebell, and usually complexes. So 2, maybe 3 exercises paired together. Sometimes we'll even do a flow. Today we did not, just because it was our first one back in a little while, so I wanted to make sure everyone had something that they were really comfortable with, and I also just wanted to give you those lunge lifts. Those other 2 workouts that I mentioned, strength and define, can be done with kettlebells. They can also be done with dumbbells, and the strength workout in particular can be done with a barbell. So if you have access to equipment outside of kettlebells, those ones are really amazing for you. The define workout in particular is great for like travel, hotel workouts, apartment workouts. If you only have a light kettlebell or a light set of dumbbells at home, amazing for you. And it is a crazy core burner. It's arguably one of the hardest workouts that we have in the entire series of workouts. And then for strength, that is gonna be, your traditional like strength training workouts, like barbell squat, deadlift, bench press. You could also do it with dumbbells, or you can do it with kettlebells. I will program swings, step-ups, things like that, maybe I'm calling for a kettlebell. If you don't have one, I'll give you another exercises just to sub in. But honestly, if you don't have a kettlebell and you're in my subscription, that's hilarious to me because it's called Kettle Club. So I'm kind of assuming everyone has one, not assuming that they have dumbbells or barbells. So of course you can sub in those pieces of equipment if you have access to them. It might be a little easier to progress your strength in some of them if you have access to them. There's just gonna be nothing that beats a barbell when it comes to getting really crazy strong at a deadlift or a back squat, right? So there are just some things that maybe that piece of equipment makes more sense for. So all in all, lots of different kinds of workouts for you to explore. All of them can be done with kettlebells, especially the Kettle Club workout. So if this is your first time seeing a workout, please drop a comment below. Let me know how you liked it. If anything was new or different for you, if you have any questions about anything, I would love to answer them for you. Again, my name is Madeline. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.